Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the fucking moon today. We are going to the moon today. I think so. I don't know. I was told to say this. The Americans told me, Rodrigo, do an episode about the moon. We're going to the moon apparently. Apparently. Okay? Today is the 1st of April. Wait, what if this is an April's Fool type of thing that NASA is doing? Kind of an exaggeration, I'm not gonna lie. If NASA is playing this whole April Fool's, 1st of April Fool's Day by going to the moon, imagine NASA announces that all the trips to, no, there was more than two, but the trips to the moon that we had were all fake on Fool's Day. What would you guys assume that? Would you guys assume that it's fake or it's a double fake? Because it's April Fool's, right? But at the same time, you know what I mean? This could be a double fooler. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me 2 times, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, it's April Fool's. You know what I mean? I don't know how to feel about this situation. Because going to the moon on April Fool's seems foolish. Seems a little extra. Seems a little, why today? Could have gone on the 2nd of April, the 3rd. It's no much, there's no big, there's no, I don't. Where's the moon at? Can't see the moon yet. The moon is going to be there tomorrow. The moon was there yesterday. Why on April Fool's? Why on the 1st of April? Feel like we're not being told something. I feel like something, they're not giving us something. They're not telling us something. They're leaving out something that's very important. Imagine if all the big event, what the fuck is this April Fool's fucking thing, by the way? Who made this? Who made this up? Who created April Fools? Who thought, oh, April Fools, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, April Fools, ha ha ha. Who the fuck made this a thing? Who stupid ass British guy was in the middle of Essex or some shit and was like, ha ha ha, April Fools fam, April Fool, fam alarm, you have been fooled by my endeavor. What? Shut the fuck up. What? You know, who created this? Whatever. We're not here to talk about April Fools. We're here to talk about a trip to the moon. Okay. On the 1st of April. Okay. Kind of crazy. I've always been a space guy. Okay. Get this fucking thing off me, by the way. I just said I'm a space guy. Give me some space. Okay? Anyways. I've always been a space guy. When I was a kid, I had a bunch of encyclopedias. I was that fucking nerd kid that was reading dumb shit as a little boy, okay? Encyclopedias. I had books. The name of the book was just the why book, the when book, the what book. And it's just a bunch, because when I was a kid, I was the kid that was asking my parents the stupidest questions ever. Like, why is this thing orange? Why is the moon out when the sun is out? Why is the moon that sort of fucking stupid thing? Like, I think all of it, I'm not saying that I was smart or anything. I'm just saying, I think all of us were thinking these things. I would verbalize them. You know what I mean? I'm putting this out into the world. Anyways, so the whole moon thing. Yeah, I've always been a moon space. Moon space. I've always been a space guy. I've always enjoyed space facts. I've always enjoyed space things. And going to the moon seems fitting. I don't know why we stopped going to the moon. I believe we went to the moon in 1960 something, 1962 or fucking who knows when. I think it was 1962. I don't know when. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure when we went to the moon. Actually, can we? Not sure when we went to the moon now. But I've always believed that we went to the moon. Not quite sure if we did or did not go to the moon. I'm going to choose to believe that we went to the moon because that's more enjoyable than to think that for some odd reason the Americans decided to get a full fucking FX studio. For some odd reason, America decided to collab with David Cameron back in the David, the guy from Avatar, and just create virtual effects. Plug a fucking video on Sony Vegas, create a bunch of plugins, and just make the craziest video for the decade back then of us going to the moon. I think back then it would have been harder to go. No, it would have been harder to fake going to the moon than to actually go to the moon. Okay? I think just making sure everyone was quiet and not leaking that they're not going, that this is a whole fake thing. Just creating a set, creating the conditions. Basically, have you guys seen the price of movies nowadays? Have you guys seen the price of movies that use virtual effects? Fucking expensive. Can you imagine that? Add that. Let's just pretend. Let's do. We have the concept of inflation. Let's use something called de-inflation. Okay. How much was that movie costing back there? Fucking expensive. Have you seen the price of Avatar? You know what I mean? I know they went to the moon. It was all black and white, but I don't think Avatar is expensive because it's a movie in colors. You know. I think it would have been super expensive to just give a bunch of hush money, and you were always going to be like, if someone wanted to leak something, they would have fucking leaked it. Look at Edward Snowden, okay? No money was going to stop that guy, okay? Look at a bunch of people, I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? So I do think we went to the moon. I do think we're going to the moon today or tomorrow. I don't know when we're going. I think it's today. Why are we going to the moon? I feel like it's for show. I don't think there's anything interesting in the moon. Do you guys think there's anything interesting in the moon? I don't think so. I think the moon is quite boring. Okay? I think the moon is like, I feel like the moon is sort of like that part of Earth that there might be stuff going on, we just don't know it. And we don't really give a fuck. It's like that part of Asia, it's like how do you say Belarus? It's like Belarus, close to Russia. That sort of part of the world, and then you have those parts in Asia as well. Because I think people, like, you have parts in China where no one gives a flying fuck what's happening in Mongolia. No one gives a fuck what's going on Mongolia. I think the moon is like Mongolia. No one gives a fuck what's happening there. There's probably stuff going on there, you know, but no one gives a fuck what's going on Mongolia. You know what I mean? There's a lot of history in the moon and Mongolia. No one gives a fuck what's happening nowadays. You know what I mean? I feel like we're going there just to say we're going. We're putting feet. And I'm gonna be honest. I've said this, and I'm gonna say it again. I hope the bottom of the shoe that they have, as soon as they step on the moon, is dripped out. I hope it has Trump's face. I hope it has Trump 2028, Trump 2030, I don't know. I hope it has something that's cold, okay? I'm hoping it's something dripped out. I don't want to see some fucking boring shit, just some bottom of the soul braille type of fucking writing on it. I want to see something crazy. I want to see some Lil Baby fucking lyrics, okay? I want to see some Gunna lyrics on the bottom of the shoe, okay? I want to see people put the faces of their babies on the bottom of the shoe. You know what I mean? I want to see crazy things. I don't want to see a bottom of the shoe. I want to see the bottom of a shoe, of the sole, that looks like a feet. That's the type of shit I'm expecting to see as soon as these people step on the moon. Second of all, what are they doing on the moon? What are we doing? Are we just going to go there to grab a couple of rocks and dip the fuck out again? Why are we doing that? I got a couple of rock moons around here. I can just say this came from the moon. I'm like, no, because the elements on the rock that you are giving to me don't exist here. The moon, the elements that are on the moon only exist on the moon. And I'm like, brother, okay, what the fuck are you gonna do with that information? Are you gonna put that in a museum? Are you gonna put that in the British Museum? Probably not even the British Museum because it's NASA. But the Brits can just steal that and put it on their museum like they like to do. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about a couple of rocks? If you're not gonna do something cheeky, if you're not gonna do something fancy, if you're not gonna do something crazy, don't plug it. Don't plug it. Don't put it on my TikTok For You page. I don't give a fuck. Don't put it on my Instagram. I don't want to see no reels about going to the moon. You know? Why? Oh, we're gonna explore. Explore what? I see the moon every fucking day. Every single day of the week. There's nothing going on the moon. Going to the moon is so boring, man. So boring. I would love to know more about the dark side of the moon. But I think Pink Floyd already did a fucking entire album about that or some shit. Or Coldplay, I don't know. Someone did an album about that. Who gives a fuck? You know, go to... I'm tired of Mars already as well, okay? There might be some fucking people living in Mars already. I don't know. We have Curiosity in Mars. We have a bunch of rovers in Mars. Nothing is going on in Mars. Okay, we found water. Who gives a fuck? Look, there's water right there, the ocean. And who gives a fuck? If I'm not seeing an alien that's a shapeshifter, if I'm not seeing an alien that's turning into a fucking towel, if I'm not seeing an alien, I don't want to see aliens that look like me. That's boring. That's a fella. That's one of the fellas. If the aliens actually look like the aliens that we think, how we think the aliens look like, that's boring. He's basically one of the fellas. Okay? Basically one of the fellas. It's not weird. He's not different. You know? Sometimes I look at creatures that live in the ocean and I look at them and I'm like, this is a fucking alien. This is an alien. Now, if the aliens have a big head, by the way, if aliens ever showed up, if aliens ever popped up on Earth during the day, I don't think anyone would be panicking. Because it's like, oh, there's an alien. It's the middle of the day, the sun is out, it's a beautiful day, the sky is blue. I don't think I've seen the sky as blue as it is right now. You think an alien is going to ruin that? No. An alien, I'm going to say to the alien, brother, come along, let's have lunch. You want to have lunch? Come along. If it doesn't look hostile, if the alien doesn't look hostile at all, I'm going to invite him in. I don't think I would be afraid of an alien if he showed up during the day. If an alien popped up during the night, Now that's a different discussion. An alien popping up during the night might be a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's what nightmares are made of. No one has ever had a fucking nightmare having a nap. No one. Nightmares happen during the night. You can't write nightmare without night. Okay? If an alien popped up during the day, that's fancy. If an alien popped up during the day, it's probably just a guy who works on a kitchen. It's probably a chef. An alien popping up during the day, you know what that is? It's probably an open mic comedian who probably woke up before 5 p.m. That's what an alien popping up during the day is like. An alien popping up during the night is scary as fuck. Seeing a big ship, because like, if an alien ship popped up right now, there's nothing scary about it. There are no lights, there's no nothing. It's just a ship. I would probably think it's Ryanair releasing their newest model. You know, I wouldn't think, oh, alien ship abducting people. You know, I'd probably think, oh, these people just didn't pay their fare. These people have probably been scamming EasyJet and Ryanair, just stuffing socks and underwear on the thing that you use to hold your neck. They've been riding the airplane with 500 jackets on, and Ryanair just came on and said, "We got to take these people back." Now, if an alien ship popped up during the night, there's lights on it. There's it's moving fast. It's moving like this. That's scary. Because I can see that. If an alien ship popped up right now, I'm like, that's cool. I'm not even joking. I don't think I'd even be worried. I'd probably ask him if he wants to do a podcast right now. you know, I wouldn't be worried. I wouldn't be scared. I don't think so. I'd probably just look at him and be like, shit. How you do it? No, I'm doing too much. I don't know how I'd react if I ever saw an alien. Again, I don't think I'd be scared if he popped up during the day. No bad things happen during the day. When the day is like this, do you see how blue the sky is? Do you guys see how blue the sky is today? Do you see that? Like, what bad can... how is an alien going to ruin my day when the day is as beautiful as it is right now? You know what I mean? But the moon, man, what the fuck are we doing on the moon? It's not like we're looking for... What are we looking for in the moon? Are we looking for new... The housing crisis is definitely happening, but I don't see the moon as being the place to fix the housing crisis. Okay, there's no oil in the moon, on the moon, in the moon. There may be some oil. Do you guys also think... I think this is probably... I don't think this is particularly wrong, but do you guys also... I have this thought of... Not a thought, but... When I was a kid, and nowadays as well, every time that I think of oil, every time that I see America invading a country because of oil, I always think the oil came from dinosaurs, because this is always what we are taught. Every time we speak about oil in school, we're just they just speak about fucking fossils. They just speak about dinosaurs, which is probably not totally wrong, but this can't be correct. Are you telling me Venezuela was full of dinosaurs? Are you telling me Europe barely had dinosaurs? You know what I mean? Why were there so many dinosaurs in the Middle East? Why were there so many dinosaurs in Saudi Arabia? Is this wrong? Like, where does oil come from? I'm in my head, from what we learned in school, it was basically decomposition. Decomposition is definitely not a word, but it's basically when you died as an animal or wherever, and your body would just decompose through fucking millions of years. And yeah, I don't know what happens. I don't know when oil becomes a thing. But I'm pretty sure that's what we were taught at school, which is weird. But there's definitely no oil on the moon. I don't see dinosaurs. I don't think dinosaurs were chilling on the moon. But yeah, I don't get this whole mission of going to the moon. I think it would be way more exciting to go to another place, right? This is just me when doing tourism. I don't like to visit the same place twice unless there's a good reason to go there. For example, I'm going to Spain again. I'm going to Spain next week. I'm going to Barcelona next week to do shows, to do stand-up. I've been to Barcelona. If I was not going to Barcelona to do anything, I wouldn't go to Barcelona again. Cool place, but I've been there. I would rather go to Malaga, which is another place in Spain. I haven't been there. I would rather go to Mexico. I've never been to Mexico. But as soon as I visit Mexico, I'd probably... Not that I don't want to go to Mexico again, but I'd rather go someplace that I've never visited. Why are we going to the moon again? Why are we not going to Venus? I don't know. We're always going to Mars. Why not Venus? I know Venus is closer to the sun. That probably complicates things a little, but I don't know. I don't want to visit the same country twice. Why are we going to the moon again? We've been to the moon a couple of times. So much effort for no return, you know? Anyways, I think this was a great episode. We're almost at a 20-minute mark. I think this was a good episode. I'm feeling good again. Feeling good, feeling frisky, feeling the biscuit, feeling Gucci, juicy. I'm gonna head out. Gonna go for a walk. Might head to the beach. Might do a little skinny dipping. Might do a dippy. I need to go buy flip-flops because I completely forgot to bring my own fucking flip-flops, which just annoys me like crazy. You have no idea how much I hate going to the beach with shoes on. I would rather fucking die than go to the beach wearing shoes. That's why I don't go to the beach if it's not the summer or spring or whatever, you won't catch me at the fucking beach with shoes on. It's disgusting. I don't want to get sand between my fucking toenails if I'm wearing socks, okay? I don't want to have sand on my fucking shoes. Disgusting, okay? Guys, thank you so much. I think I have a couple of clips I'm gonna edit on this episode. I think this was a good episode for clips. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, shalom, salam alaikum, namaste, bye, hello. I don't know what they speak on the fucking moon, but it's probably. Okay, this was extremely fucking racist. I don't see, just to say this, I don't see how wanting and trying to know things of other cultures and saying things from other cultures, how that could ever be racist. Like me popping up on a show and saying salam alaikum, I know it can come out as me making fun of saying salam alaikum, but I think the fact that a person knows about the word and the expression salam alaikum itself is already a good way to show the people that you care and you know about other cultures. I personally don't see like that as an insult. Just wanted to say that. I'll always see those things. I don't ever see someone speaking in Portuguese. Of course, it's kind of different, right? But I would never, in my opinion, I would never see someone trying to speak a different language or saying things in the way other cultures say or speak or do in a racist way. Unless you're obviously saying, you know those black people who... Okay, that's completely fucking different. I'm just saying, I'm trying to say hello and goodbye in different ways. It's not... Whatever. Goodbye, fuck me.